Alright, good morning YouTube. It's about 5:30 in the morning. We're about to head out on an adventure. You can see on my charger back there that the light is flashing. So I did set the car to precondition to be ready at 5:45. So the charger itself actually kicked on at about 5:15. Today is about 55, 60 degrees, misty and wet. Probably got down into the high 40s overnight, just to give you an idea of how long it takes for preconditioning to start. Okay, so I did set the car to charge to 100%. Like I said in the intro there, I told the car to precondition, be at 65 degrees with a little bit of cool air on the seat by 5:45. It's now 5:43, but I'm already in the vehicle. It started preconditioning. Like I said, it didn't get cold here last night, but started about a half hour early in order to get the battery prepped and ready to go. So we're going to be going on a little bit of a trip, a little bit of an adventure. The final location is only about 90 miles from where I'm located, but I want to get there with a high state of charge, or a high-ish state of charge, so I am actually going to charge in one location before I get to the destination. So I got to navigate about 20 miles out of the way, so 40 miles round trip in order to charge. So what we're going to do is we're just going to reset this up here, and we're going to go. So where we're actually going up north is going to be over here in the Can area. There is a Rivian Adventure Network, but you can see that's even further out of the way. I'm going to go to this one in West Lebanon. An hour and 30-minute ride, 101 miles away. We would arrive with 132 miles of estimated range remaining. We're sitting at 297 at this point. Actually, we're going to go to the Rivian Adventure Network. Let's give one of those a try. So still 100 miles away, an hour and a half to get there. We'll get there at 7:20 with 131 miles remaining. All right, we're off on our adventure. I've gone ahead and reset trip A as well, so we can look at our efficiencies along the way. So coming from the Mustang Mach-E into this, the Mach-E had the Ford Copilot 360 with the Bluecruise that you can do hands-free and stuff. So I figured I'd do a quick, just my impressions of Driver Plus with lane change assist that they've added recently, as it compares to my experience with the Copilot 360 Bluecruise, and just give again my impressions on that. In here I've got essentially everything turned on, lane departure warnings, really the whole gamut. So one of my first impressions with the Driver Plus is just the general cruise control. So I'm on a road that wouldn't be considered like a mapped highway, and if I go ahead and I hit this down, turn the cruise control on, you can see now it's set to 51. Keep your hands on the wheel, which I am. It's more of a capacitive touch. The controls on this side do all the this controls your distance by spinning that wheel. There's no one in front of me, so it doesn't need to do anything. And then left and right is your up and down for speed. The issue that I have with the basic cruise control is whether it was the Mustang Mach-E or my wife's Subaru Outback, they're on a road like this, even though it's not mapped, you would still get steering assist, so you can see we're coming up on a curve, but the car wants to go in the other lane. You know, that's helpful to be able to kind of like easily rest your hand on the wheel and follow it through the curve and be ready to take control as needed. But I do like on the Ford, and like I said, even my wife's Outback, which is an even less expensive vehicle with their eyesight software, their adaptive cruise control has active steering, so it also takes some control of the wheel. It's not a big issue, just something I noticed. This is just holding the speed and the distance. This isn't giving you any kind of autonomous driving or driver assistance. The second thing I notice is, you know, in a typical car, if you're driving and you have cruise control on and something happens, you come up to a light or something, for example, and you hit the brake and it turns off, usually there's a button on the steering wheel somewhere, or it's tied to the accelerator pedal, that once you hit it, it re-engages, but there is no re-engage here, so I would need to get back up to my speed and set that cruise control on. Again, small gripe, but it'd be nice if they added a resume function. Again, it could just be tied to the accelerator pedal, so that once I hit the accelerator, it then re-engages the cruise control. Now, if I turn this off, and again, I'm not on a mapped road, and I do my double tap, nothing happened. But if I try to do it, you can see it says highway assist not available on this road. Again, this is not a mapped highway, so we're not going to get the autonomous features of Driver Plus highway assist. Alright, so now we're starting to merge onto Interstate 93 North, heading into New Hampshire. This road will be considered mapped. So now that we're merged in here, we'll go ahead and double tap. So you can see the screen goes blue and very Tron-like. It did say that there was a merge, traffic merge coming. That might have just been because I was just getting off the exit, but you'll see that pop up as we get, coming past some on-ramps, and this lane just changed. But you can see there's a weigh station here, and it just said lane merge ahead, and it's right there in front of us. So this works really well, similar to Bluecruise in a way. Still need to put your hands on the wheel. You don't need to like jerk the wheel for it to know you're there. It's more of a capacitive touch situation. I had a 2022 Ford Mustang Mach-E, so I was still running the first round of Bluecruise, which again worked well, was hands-free, but was expecting to get an update for their Bluecruise 1.3. It was probably going to be 1.4 by the time they rolled it out. That was expected in like December of 23 to come as an update. Unfortunately, the people with a 21 or a 22 up to the recording of this, which is now May 18th or May 19th, we haven't seen that update yet. But if you purchased a 23.5 or a 24, it already comes with the new Bluecruise installed. And the difference with that Bluecruise is that it allowed you to better position yourself in a lane. So if you wanted to be more to the left or more to the right, you could do that. It definitely held the left side of a lane more than the center, so being able to reposition would be good, especially if you're like right next to a tractor trailer, or somebody in the lane next to you is riding their right side a little too much. So it'd be interesting to see if we got any manual repositioning here. This system works pretty well. We're holding a good line down the center of this lane, basically. A little bit of ping-ponging, definitely not as much ping-ponging as I got, especially in some early Bluecruise, when that first started. That thing really pinged around in the lane. They tightened it up with some over-the-air updates, but I would say this is equal, if not slightly better. The other feature you now get with this Driver Plus is the lane change assist. Now, this isn't like other companies where they actually do the lane change. So again, that was something that was added to the improved version of Ford's Bluecruise, and you see this on a lot of different brands that have any kind of adaptive cruise control or any kind of autonomous features, and that's where you put on your blinker and it moves you into that lane. This doesn't do that. What this does, if I put on my blinker, you'll see my blinker's on in the top corner here, and now that I've started to take control of the wheel, it's telling me the lane is clear. I can pull myself into this lane. Once I reposition myself in the center, it then re-engages the lane keep assist, which is a good feature. At least it re-engages. It will give you notification if there's a car in the lane next to you, so you can't change lanes. But again, still very good feature. Coming up to a curve here, we'll see how this handles the curve. Again, my hand just lightly on here. Handled it well. My hand was too light, started telling me to put it back on, so I just gave it a little press. So that's my impression of the Driver Plus with the lane change assist. Again, you buy a car, you want to drive it, but if you're on a long road trip, having things like hands-free or just that kind of added features of it changing lanes for you would be nice. But this works really well. I'm able to stay relaxed and just drive. So going up 93 North, as you're getting into the Manchester area, the highway kind of splits. It can go like 293 one way and 93 north, but as it was coming up to that split, and I was unable to get my phone at the time, it no longer is no longer mapped. So a warning popped up on the screen saying, hey, hit the brake, take control, highway assist is about to turn off. But now we're back on 93 North. I don't know if you've seen it pop up a couple times, but there, right next to the speed limit identification, there is that icon which shows a car and a steering wheel. That's the highway driver assist, so that's telling you that it's
in a half mile
now available
to stay on Interstate 93 North.
So when that icon is displaying, that's to tell you that you're in a mapped area. You can see it disappears if I put my blinker on, but then it'll come right back. And then with that,
to stay on Interstate 93 North toward Concord.
Turn that on. Again, gives you that Tron effect.
Continue for 7 miles.
We're now there's an exit that we're not taking, but the highway splits. But still, we're in the center lane with this set to 70. It's handling this curve really well. I'm not doing anything. I just have my hand softly on here. It tells you road curves ahead, which is interesting because we're actually on the curve. So it doesn't actually curve ahead, we're in the curve. But good notifications, good updates. It makes a ping noise when things disengage. I feel pretty confident with it. Again, you want to keep your hands on the wheel, which is fine. You can hold it down on the bottom here. Again, coming up to another curve. Handles it really well. There is a car coming up on my rear left, but it's far enough away and over far enough that it's not getting picked up by the sensors. So that's pretty much my impression of the Driver Plus Highway Assist with the lane change assist. Works really well, does what it's expected to do. I think over time there can be some features that get added to this, to be just more in line with whether it be the competition or just features and comfort that people are used to. You probably saw on the screen as this car was coming up to pass me, it did identify it coming up. And it's still seeing it on the screen. So again, yeah, I think there could be some, like that resume feature with cruise control, maybe a little bit of steer assist when you're on a non-mapped road, just using the sensors and radar like some other vehicles do. But overall, as far as a cruise control system, this works really well. I'd give it a thumbs up. Just a review of the overall display, especially when the driver assist is kicked on. This is about my point of view, my POV right here. I can see everything on the screen pretty much. I can't see up into this top corner here, but there's nothing on the screen there either. But I do like that you can have the navigation right on your center display right in front of you. Very clear indication of your current speed. Off to the side there, that little blue gauge, that's to show you whether you're taking power from the battery or regenerating power back into the battery. Good display for your battery percentage and estimated range. I can see what drive mode I'm in, just looking right there. You can see I'm in all-purpose with the ride height set to standard, so kind of in the middle. That's what those bars to the left of the highway symbol are. I keep my wipers on auto and my headlights on auto and all that stuff. That's over on the side here. The windshield wipers on auto can be a little sensitive, like it's not really raining, it's just misting, and those things kick on like I'm in the middle of a torrential downpour, or it just goes super slow and lets the screen get a little wet. You can see that just disengaged. My hands are on the wheel. We're going to re-engage that. One other thing to consider, I don't know why it thinks this part of the highway is a 25 mile per hour zone, because we're on at least a 3-lane highway at this point. But if I were to increase the speed to 85, it will say that this will turn off at 85, and I can't actually even set it any higher than that. we're going to go back down to a nice, comfortable speed of 75. Speed limit here is at least 65.
In 2 miles, take the Interstate 89 North exit.
I'm going with the flow of traffic. There is no real traffic, but people have passed me. There's a car way up there. Nice, smooth highway drive here. Feels great. I'm comfortable. Can't really complain.